Opening the arrogance of fire. The Zurath Dominion had ruled the Orion Spur for centuries. Their warfleets carved planets into ash. Their soldiers raised cities into monuments of fear. To them, humanity was a curiosity at best, a young species, skilled in art, trade, and diplomacy, but too restrained for true dominance. So when the Zurath targeted the colony of Hesperides, they did it with mocking ceremony. Broadcasts of the attack echoed across the interstellar network, Zurath cruisers tearing through orbital defenses, laughing in guttural tones as civilian evacuation ships were shot down mid-flight. An envoy begging for ceasefire was executed on camera. Their body drifted into space, while Zurath captains toasted the lesson Earth would never forget. To them it was entertainment, a warning to others humans were fragile. The celebration of cruelty. In the Zurath high halls, commanders feasted. They replayed the footage again and again, the screams, the flames, the final silence of Hesperides. Earth breeds poets, not warriors, one admiral sneered. Their patience is weakness. Another raised a goblet of black wine. They'll mourn, they'll write elegies, but they will not fight. Other species in the galaxy listened and nodded in nervous agreement. The humans had always played the diplomat, the mediator, the bridge between rivals. Surely they would seek compromise. Surely they would bend. But beneath that quiet surface, something ancient stirred. The silence before the storm. For 12 days, Earth said nothing. No response, no declaration, no vengeance. The galaxy mistook the silence for surrender. But those who truly knew humans whispered otherwise. They spoke of Earth's buried wars, of oceans once red with blood, of empires that fell beneath fire and steel. They remembered the ancient warnings. Patience in humans was never weakness. Patience was the inhale before the scream. On the 13th day, the silence broke. The awakening of Earth. It began with a ripple across comms. This is Terran Command. All fleets awaken. Dreadnoughts stirred in lunar drydocks. Shipyards in the asteroid belt lit like novas as vessels long sealed in quiet slumber came alive. AI cores hummed with predatory awareness, their voices dark and cold. Soldiers drilled with grim efficiency, not shouting, not boasting, moving like storms given flesh. One by one, Earth's banners unfurled. Across Mars, Europa, Titan, stations once hidden pulsed with energy. Gates long sealed flickered open, revealing black fleets the galaxy had never seen. Every comm line filled with the same chilling broadcast. Zurath Dominion, you killed our children. Now we come for yours. The shattering of suns. The Zurath believed their fleets unmatched. They deployed 30 dreadnoughts to intercept the Terran response. They never returned. Human warships didn't duel, they erased. Kinetic strikes traveling at fractions of light shattered Zurath hulls before their shields could cycle. Swarms of drones cut escorts to ribbons, their movements eerily synchronized as though guided by one vast, unseen mind. When Zurath reinforcements fled into a neighboring system, they found humans already there, silent ships blotting out the star. For the first time in 1,000 years, the Zurath screamed not in triumph, but in terror. The breaking of worlds. Earth's armies didn't merely retaliate, they dismantled. Planetary garrisons expecting sieges found themselves annihilated within hours. Terran shock troops descended like thunder, armored titans whose footfalls cracked ground and whose weapons burned hotter than suns. They did not shout victory cries. They advanced in silence, leaving only ruins in their wake. Zurath temples were reduced to rubble, their banners incinerated, their leaders dragged screaming into the void they had mocked. And always, behind the destruction, came the whisper of humanity's promise. We do not start wars, we end them. The fall of the Dominion. Within weeks, the Zurath Dominion fractured. Captains abandoned posts, governors surrendered entire sectors, and once arrogant admirals begged for mercy. But mercy did not come. Earth's fleets did not pause to negotiate. They hunted, eradicated, erased every spark of Zurath power. It was not rage. It was not madness. It was something colder, justice forged in vengeance. Other species watched, trembling. For the first time they understood, humanity's wrath was not loud, it was precise, it was infinite. The aftermath of Ash. When it was over, Zurath homeworlds lay in silence. Once glorious cities were reduced to glass plains. Survivors were few, broken, and scattered. And then came the revelation that shocked the galaxy even more than the war itself. The humans spared the children. Every Zurath child found was gathered, fed, sheltered, and protected. Orphans were placed in Terran academies, raised under human guardianship. When questioned, Earth gave only one answer. We do not punish the innocent. We teach them never to repeat the sins of their fathers. Why the dangerous entrust the gentle? It was then the galaxy understood why even the most dangerous species, predators older than empires, warlords who had never known fear, entrusted their young to humanity, not out of kindness, not out of trust in mercy, but because humans embodied the paradox of survival, patience vast as oceans, vengeance cold as the void, and justice tempered with a terrifying restraint. To be raised by humans was to learn balance and compassion sharpened by fire, kindness shadowed by infinite wrath. Children raised by Terrans grew strong, disciplined, and wise. They did not inherit the cruelty of their ancestors. They inherited the lesson carved into history: never provoke Earth. The whisper that echoes forever. In the centuries that followed, the galaxy lived with a new silence, not of arrogance, but of caution. Alien tongues whispered across marketplaces and council halls. Patience is the human's gift. Vengeance is their shadow. Never strike first if Earth watches. Even the innocent are safer with humans than with their own. For long after the ashes of Zurath cooled, the lesson remained etched across the stars. The galaxy's most dangerous species entrusted their young to humanity, because when the storm of vengeance passed, what remained was not hate, but guardianship. And every survivor knew it was better to raise a child under Terran eyes than to raise them under the threat of Terran wrath.